I was born in Columbus, Indiana, as the youngest of three kids. My brother Brenton is 4 years older than me, while my sister Laurel is only 1 year older than me. I only moved houses once, when I was 5 years old. My parents have been married for 29 years. I lived in a nice neighborhood less than a mile from my elementary school. I had a group of friends that lived right across the street, and we played together every day. When I was younger, I found symbols in everything that happened to me, from missing the bus in the morning to getting a flat tire after school. I also saw symbols in my social interactions, with how people's body language changed when they spoke to me, or even their verbal language changed, like pitch. When I was 9 years old, my parents bought us a dog named Maggie. Our family friends bought Maggie's brother Zorro. However, their young daughter, who was 3 years old, would pick Zorro up by his neck. To a conflict theorist, the little girl would have power over Zorro while he struggled against her. Since that didn't work out, we ended up with Maggie and Zorro, and we still have them both. I went to a Methodist church until I was 10 years old, where the assistant pastor and a small group of families, including my own, branched off into a non-denominational church. There was conflict with how the original church wanted us to act, and the branch broke. The Methodist church and the smaller church had a power struggle, and the small church started new. We struggled, and eventually had to separate because we didn't have enough money. I played soccer and did tap dance all the way up to middle school, where I decided to run cross country and track instead. I also joined the band and played saxophone. In 8th grade, I had a foreign exchange student from Japan stay with our family for a week. It was interesting to see how different she acted socially than we did. A symbolic interactionist would see that her timidity symbolized how she was raised differently than my friends and I. My family held a functionalist view that my dad worked and my mom cleaned the house and took care of us kids. Then they both cooked and cleaned after my dad got back from work. We functioned very well, and it wasn't about a power struggle. Then, when I got into high school, my grandma got ill and lived with us for a few years, making my mom's job even more difficult and put stress on our family. But my family made it work. However, having my grandma live with us affected me. It was like having 3 parents who told you when you did something wrong. I felt like I was being scolded and watched all the time, so I didn't like being home. I hung out at my friends' houses a lot, strengthening my bonds with them. However, I loved having my grandma around more so I could see her, since I used to only see her once or twice a year. Before my grandma moved in, our family went on vacation a lot, trying to spend as much time together as possible before my brother went off to college. We visited the Great Lakes, Niagara Falls, weddings of many different family members, and along the East Coast, visiting New York and Washington, D.C. and the important monuments there. I learned a lot on these vacations and got to meet many different types of people. I saw a homeless person for the first time in New York. I had just been sheltered, and even though I knew it was going on, I had never seen it firsthand. Going into high school, I had to make my first big decision, whether I should play in the marching band with all my friends or run cross country with my sister and make new friends. This decision changed the course of my life, and I am so glad I decided to run cross country. If I hadn't, I probably wouldn't be at Butler today. My high school cross-country coach, Rick Weinheimer, took the social interactionist view, and that he always said, be positively countercultural and get out of your comfort zone. He didn't want our team to be like other people. He wanted us to change and be different and not fall into peer pressure. In addition, the friendship I have made through high school and now college athletics will be friends that I have for the rest of my life, another interactionist view. The next big decision I was faced with was what university I would attend after high school. I narrowed my selection down to 2 schools by the spring of my senior year. My decision ultimately came down to 2 main factors: what division I wanted to run in and how serious I wanted my training to be for cross country, and also which school would provide me with a better education. So I chose Butler University with its Division I successful cross country program and the school that I believe will prepare me the most for my future.